Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So, we've been talking about investing and the impact that, you can have by green investing or, things like that. So, I wanted to talk about making a difference and a profit with impact investing and like what it is and stuff like that, right? Because, most investors spend their time just chasing returns, right? But what if there was a good way, like what if there was a way to do, you know, have positive outcomes and also turn a profit, right? To do good and still make a profit. Well, there's going to be a bunch of nonprofit organizations that have teamed up with money managers and investment banks to create and market a new line of products that offer, investors the opportunity to engage in what is now being, touted or, spoken as what's called impact investing, right? Which is a form of socially responsible investing, right? We kind of touched on what that is in a previous video, right? But the goal of this is to invest money in companies, organizations, funds, or projects or whatever, anywhere in the world that can affect a positive social change while at the same time deliver a financial return to investors, right? Because that's always the goal. So, you know, interest in the idea, it's been growing steadily for years, and so have the number of products being offered. For some time, a certain group or certain type of investment management companies, such as, you know, Impax Asset Management, Domini Impact Investments, Parnassus Investments, they've been offering mutual funds that invest in socially and environmentally conscious and responsible companies. But today's impact investors are going one step further. Right? They're looking to invest in bonds and other investment vehicles that invest directly in socially oriented projects. So an example of this, it's an example of this used in impact investing is a microfinance loan, right? Which helps people with little or no access to capital start a new business. High net worth individuals, like in particular, are finding these offerings attractive and are willing to take on some calculated risk to invest in them. Businesses start with microfinance loans are providing competitive returns to their, investors through the bonds that back them. Now, in some instances, impact investment vehicles have been able to garner higher returns for their investors than the broader markets did, especially during down cycles. Okay, and it's not just for the rich anymore either, right? Now, what may have begun as a niche for wealthier investors is starting to get the attention of the larger retail market. So, accordingly, the number of organizations offering these products, it's increasing, right? And one of the organizations is Impact Assets, right? They're going to offer donor advised funds to individuals and advisors looking to produce positive social and environmental change. And each year, the organization publishes a list of 50 investment managers who specialize in impact investing techniques called the IA. Now, Impact Assets is also closely tied to Calvert Impact Capital, which offers investments and lending opportunities such as the Calvert Community Investment Notes, which is a series of debt securities that started at a minimum investment of like 1,000 when placed through a brokerage, right? Now, there's also growing interest, right? And there's also growing variety because big investment banks are also taking note. Goldman Sachs, for example, it's jumped on the impact investment bandwagon. In 2014, it rolled out its GS Social Impact Fund, which deploys capital toward the physical, social, and economic revitalization of disadvantaged communities across the U.S. The fund's investment strategy is to address social challenges and to mobilize new sources of private capital into the social impact arena while also providing its investors with a financial gain, right? Now, in addition, Goldman Sachs has invested in communities across the U.S., supporting a wide variety of development and, revitalization products, such as investments in affordable housing, construction, job creation, quality education, healthcare facilities, small business, and more. The Rockefeller Foundation was one of the first foundations to experiment with social impact bonds in conjunction with the Global Impact Investment Network. They're a nonprofit organization dedicated to increasing the effectiveness of impact investing. Now, the foundation has also funded the development of metrics to measure the performance of these social enterprises and impact investment funds. With the guidelines of the Rockefeller Foundation, some of the biggest U.S. investment banks, including Goldman Sachs, J.P. Morgan, Bank of America, right? They've created social impact bonds that have been applied to issues such as early childhood education, affordable housing, and prison rehabilitation programs. Now, with investor demand for impact investing products continuing to rise, as the idea becomes more mainstream, more popular, several financial institutions such as Morgan Stanley, Merrill, the UBS Group, they've also been developing impact investing platforms that their wealth advisors can tap into when clients request impact investment funds geared towards a certain cause. Well, the move by these investment banks and money managers to offer more impact investing products seems to be a profitable one. The most recent, study surveyed about 300 impact investors and estimates the size of the market today is in excess of about $715 billion. The report also found that a majority of respondents reported that their impact investments were meeting or exceeding their financial expectations. About 2/3 said their investments were targeting market rate returns. Well, the next generation of investors is ready, and they're already exhibiting a desire to put their investment dollars behind projects and companies and funds that are in line with their own core values. Millennials, right, or the people, born between 1981 to 1995, are the latest group of investors who see impact investments as a way to stand up for their beliefs while also investing in their futures. Some studies have shown that these investors are also now turning to financial professionals to help provide them with opportunities to generate a strong financial return while creating a positive social impact. They want their advisors to offer them value-based investing products as an alternative to what's being offered to them in the general markets. But while they may be young and low on cash at the moment, this segment of the population shouldn't be overlooked. Millennials are expected to inherit about $68 trillion in wealth, and they're already looking for ways to invest it. Now, it's still skewered towards wealthy investors, right? For now, right? But there's more and more opportunities that are going to continue to open up for investors seeking to align, their own financial future, with their desire to make a difference in the world, right? But for now, though, most scalable impact investment options, they're still geared toward wealthy investors, right? Some of the other things to keep in mind is going to be, impact investing. It is an investment strategy that seeks to generate good financial returns, but also creating a positive social or environmental impact. Now, investors who follow impact investing consider a company's commitment to corporate social responsibility or the duty to positively serve society as a whole. Now, socially responsible and environmentally social and governance investing, these are two approaches to impact investing, although there's still some disagreement over terminology in the investment community, right? So try to keep all this in mind that, sure, you might want to invest in these companies and do, that are doing the things you hope that they're doing, or, what they're doing to create a positive influence, but it is kind of still skewered towards wealthier investors, but it's becoming more and more not so, right? So I really hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, go ahead and hit that like button. If you're not subscribed to the channel, I'd appreciate it if you did. I'd say I'll see you guys in the next video. Y'all be safe.